Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. As today we continue exploring the Underdark with specific goals to get over to that mysterious temple over there, which I am very curious about. Also worth noting, sadly, the remaining drow all spontaneously disintegrated. I mean, I'm no expert, but I suspect that they may have contracted a severe case of immediately attacked the protagonist upon being cured. Which, as many of you may know, is often fatal. So, sadly, nothing we could do for them. Rest in pieces, yonder drow. That said, let's push on. Oop. Autosave, sure. Always a good sign. Alright, well, I'm sure that's fine. Let's check up on the left here real quick. For whatever reason, I couldn't stop that vent back up, so I just wanted to manually double-check this ledge here. Seems fine. And let's start working our way down towards that temple. I'm sure it will be a calm and uneventful... Ah! My confidence undermined! Okay, so clearly we're looking at, I'm going to say, a Bulette, a land shark. Can I just help you back up? Oh, nope, that made it worse. Can I help you back up? Hey, we're back where we started.
Assume nothing.
Can we try dragging our hero back to his feet? Oh, second time's the charm. Our dragon is born again.
Still breathing.
Also, I could have sworn we had a Karlach when we came down here.
What's the story?
You maybe want to join the rest of us, or...
Never a dull moment.
Okay, we are clear of the perpetually percolating pile. Rex has been grounded. You know what? Let's just start the fight. I honestly do not mind if it eats Rex.
These things have stayed interesting.
Oh no, a land shark. Who could have possibly seen this coming? You alright, Rex? Okay, so, Bulette on the field.
On I go.
Like 40 feet from us at the bottom of two ledges. I guess stray bullets aren't particularly accurate. So yeah, we will just rain death on it. No luck on the hamstring or the poison, but still better than nothing.
Victory awaits. Make way.
Oh, and I should have led with piercing shot, up that damage potential. But no worries. Ooh, lovely. Slightly less lovely, but still acceptable.
Can't give up.
Lae'zel forms our second line of defense. Let's move up the first. Very minor damage, but the important thing was just to deploy our bullet sponge. Nice! Wow. Almost at half. And now definitely past half.
Still breathing, despite everything, with haste.
Nice. 25%. No! Rex bit the bullet. You will be avenged. Might as well get Lae'zel in there. Keep this thing distracted.
Ready for another round? Got it.
Oh, Karlach, you have failed me. That's fine. Last round's on me.
Survival is all that matters.
And chamber has been cleared. Bullet has been pressed. I see a neatly rounded stack of 100 gold coins has come spilling out of it. Very Diablo-esque. Come on back, Rex. Oh, shovel. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not?
Should get some rest. I need to keep sharp.
Anyway. Ooh. Blood Guzzler garb. Magic clothing, no bonus. With grievous retribution. When an enemy damages the wearer gains wrath for 1 turn. Which is +1 damage with melee weapons for 1 turn. Cool. No sooner does blood soak into the armor than it's absorbed, as if sustaining something within. Wait, so is that armor slot or is that clothing slot?
Reaction.
If it's clothing slot, we might actually have a use for it.
What now?
Right, no, that's definitely armor slot. That's much less useful. Not, I suppose, that we've really gotten much use out of that cold resistance either, but it's all relative. Man, that is a shame. That actually looks halfway decent, too. Oh, well. Looks like an improvised drow altar.
Need to find a way forward.
Oh, also, that does remind me. Now that we know there were actually 3 groups of drow active down here, all vying for the adamantine forge. Yeah, I think it is safe to assume the poor priests of Selûne were attacked by drow. Likely by the same group that took out Dorn. I want to say Zegra? On educating the faithful. This slender, tightly bound manuscript has had the spider engraved on the front of it, scratched into oblivion. An excerpt from a lengthy speech by Grand Matron Yrre, first delivered in Menzoberranzan, and recorded by a Seldarine spy. Praise be to Lolth, mother of all drow! Her web binds us, body and soul, and strangles the unworthy before they can draw breath. Those who stand before me have proven their worth. You shall educate all new converts to Lolth's laws, using any means necessary. Many of them fear the goddess, as they should, for their faith is not yet true. Their minds are simple and should be treated accordingly. They must follow the order of every priestess like a sacred decree. They must never cover their eyes and insult Lolth's gift. They must honor the house that raised them from their pathetic, treasonous origins. They must keep our secrets upon pain of death. Ensure that death is public, should the time ever come. Lolth smiles on those who are creative in matters of torture. Lovely. Yeah, drow are gross. Though this, plus that sword we found at the other impromptu altar, actually does imply that we had a fourth group of drow active down here as well. A group of escaped Seldarane. Stolen property. Reward offered. A poster on fine paper, clearly produced by a publisher of some means. Stolen property. Reward offered. In an act of craven vandalism that has not been diminished by the intervening years, the statue of the beloved ranger was callously torn from the central marketplace in Baldur's Gate, and is still yet to be found. Though it has been some time since a replica was erected in its place, the collective of concerned citizens of the Wide remains convinced that the original statue is still out there somewhere, and is willing to bestow a hefty sum upon whomever might assist with its retrieval. No questions asked. We urge the thieves in question to consider. This art piece was commissioned not to offend, but to inspire. Indeed, the bold adventurer depicted is no real person, living or dead, but a metaphor for the city itself, standing solid and stern upon his foundations, gazing outward but still clutching tight to his heart the warmth of hope, represented here as a small and furry hamster. Please, find the hope in your own heart, and return to a blighted city its beloved ranger. Raise a hand and help, and we shall fill it with gold. Okay, well that's fun. That's clearly a reference to Minsc and Boo being petrified after the events of Baldur's Gate 2. As established with Volo, petrification is essentially just a convenient plot device to preserve fan-favorite characters from one edition to the next. Case File 846. A rough copy of a court recording, written in faded ink. Baldur's Gate versus Flynn Silver. Case for prosecution. Master Silver did, with forethought and without malice, kill William Lister and Simon Simi Trent at their home as part of an ungodly ritual to honor the dead three, or one of the dead three, the gods Bane, Baal, or Merkel. Case for the defense. I don't know nothing about any gods. All I know is Bill and Simi were trying to cut me out of our deal, and they got what they had coming. But those symbols and stuff, and how their guts was arranged, I don't know nothing. Verdict: guilty. Sentence: death. Commuted to banishment so as not to anger higher powers. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I have heard that the Dark Urge origin, had we chosen it, would have mired us in like a secondary plot line surrounding our main character being the new avatar of Bane, I think. Essentially, the same sort of thing that Sarah back in the main were back in the original game. That does make me wonder how much this stuff is going to come into play in Baldur's Gate 3, since we're obviously a lot more focused on the whole Mind Flayer arc. It also makes me wonder if the Dark Urge is still running around out there somewhere as an NPC. Can we actually encounter who we might have otherwise been? I can't imagine they would just let it all go to waste.
A lock. How tempting.
Boo. That's fine. We have like 50 sets of tools.
An old resupply cache. Lost sworn drow. Hasn't been touched in years.
Is that blood?
Huh.
No, never mind.
So the stash is Lothsworn, but the book was Seldarane. Drow-studded leather armor. 12 armor, +1 stealth. Tracings of glossy black spiderweb mark this drow-made armor. It is supple but strong, and made to blend in with the dark caves and crevices of the Underdark. Also more basilisk oil. That makes sense, considering Dorne was just across the way. And a lore object. Creased page. A worn scrap of paper, folded tightly. Dark Mother, Weaver of Destiny, offer us a blessing to slay our foes. May they be strangled by the threads of fate and dyed red in your image. Loth be praised. Right, yes, that would definitely be Lothsworn.
Wits and blades always sharp.
Which does make this even stranger. Alright, well, not much point in swapping the drow armor on Shadow, but I have had a lot of people talk up the Luminous, so let's go ahead and slot that in. I'll rearrange her spell list next time we long rest. Give her Guiding Bolt and Spirit Guardian. And as for this armor, I guess we'll just set that aside for Asterion or Gale. I do plan on giving them both more screen time. We're just running with Lay until we clear the crash. As for this altar, I suppose, narratively, the simplest explanation would be that it was a Loth resupply point, possibly for one of those 3 groups searching for the forge. Perhaps one of them had Seldarine drow as servants or something, and at least one escaped and fell back to this point.
If not over, then through.
That would help explain the memorial we found with Phalar Aluv. One escaped servant, mourning others that died or had to be otherwise left behind. Honestly, given that Dorne very deliberately name-dropped 2 other drow, I imagine we'll find whatever's left of them down here as well.
No one's stopped me yet.
Oh, you know what? We had this dead guy right here. Shoot, we have a name for him. But I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. That might have been one of them. I'll have to go back and check.
Should mind my step.
Yes, and this was why I backed off the temple the first time. We've got something watching the entire courtyard. Some sort of magical sentinel? Shovel, can you dig into this for us? Arcane turret. Very specific visual arc. With at least one more up top. Big old blind spot back here. No apparent threats. Well, we've already got Shovel behind it, so can we just do this? Oh, well, Shovel has exploded. How unfortunate. But hey, looks like he at least distracted it, so mission accomplished. And now we know these things are sturdy, which I believe is DR10, right? So in theory, Auric and Karlach should be able to take it out. Oh, crap. Okay, well, there goes Hex. That is unfortunate. Man, 0 damage, really? Let's try some other damage types. Lae'zel is slashing and psychic. Should be able to top that 10 damage threshold.
Not a single act wasted.
Unless it's completely immune to slashing damage.
Attention!
Let's try piercing. Actually, wait, I can just... Yeah. Essentially DR10, so... Oh, I see, but then it also has resistances in play. Which in turn can also bring those damage amounts below that 10-point threshold. Okay. Okay.
Easy.
Oh, no, there we go. Okay, okay, the crushing or impact damage is actually getting through.
Can't afford to stay idle.
So we can whittle it at least 8 damage around. We'll just keep Shadow on standby, ready to heal. No way she can actually damage this thing. Might as well toss out a buff.
What to do?
Oh, wait. Wait, did we kill it?
Swift as my feet can carry me.
This is weird.
Drakiith's will be done.
I mean, we got XP. That would certainly imply it's done. Arcane Turret was resurrected, but also seems to be inactive.
Have a lot of my
Okay, yes.
well,
One out. Other one clearly still active. I guess we've temporarily disabled it. Which is something, but not nearly as reassuring as I'd like.
if everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Let's knock the other one. We'll bring Rex up right behind it, distract it, then rush in with the heavy hitters. Oh, shoot, that's Shovel again. And he's exploded. Sorry, buddy. But mission accomplished. Well done. Also, these things seem to fire magic missiles, so no actual 2-hit rolls.
Taking my cue.
Oh, crap. And, right, they don't automatically trigger turn-based. My bad. Sorry. Sorry, Lae'zel. Oh, for goodness sake, I just remembered this thing's immune to slashing damage. Oh, for goodness sake.
Should mind my step.
That's fine. Lay will just
I
soak
wonder
it.
what the next move is.
Still alive. So that's progress.
Hey, good looking.
Looking ahead.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so I may have slightly panicked there, but we're fine. We still have a short rest on tap, so no real harm done. Let's clear the rest of the courtyard.
Another step forward.
Ooh, we've got a little dock down below. Man, that really does remind me of the mongrel village from Wrath of the Righteous. Skeletal remains. Certainly implies a failed attempt to raid this tower. Or temple? Tower temple? Oh, okay, that's clearly how we were supposed to approach this place. We were supposed to vault up these mushrooms and hit those turrets from behind. Yeah, that tracks. No worries, though. We still powered through. Oh, minimap says this is the Arcane Tower. Right, so it's an actual wizard's tower, not a temple. Fair enough. That would certainly explain the magic turrets.
No time to rest.
What's that?
Can't quite reach from here, but I think it was intended for us to come the other way. Letter to Yrre. Yrre the Sparkstruck. Oh, shoot. Is this actually Yrre's tower? A faded letter, addressed to a certain Yrre the Sparkstruck. It is dated the 2nd of Alturiac, 1481 DR. Dearest Yrre, I don't know if you're coming back, if you'll even read this message. But if you do come back, could you wait for me? I'll only be gone a few 10 days, but the thought of coming back to this empty tower, with nothing but Bernard to fill these halls, I don't know how much longer I can take this. I miss you. I miss you so much. I can't shake the thought of how different things might have been if only I'd been less stubborn. Working on your lightning inventions, my magic, eating together, laughing at your stupid puns, waking up next to you. Despite everything, I still love you. So please, if you read this, can you wait? I'll be back. I won't be long. Forever yours, Lenore. A few sentences are penned below, in a different hand. I waited. I waited until Tarsak. I'll always wait for you. But you didn't come. Oh man, I was not expecting Yrre the Sparkstruck to become plot relevant. That's fun. So yeah, it does stress the importance of even the smallest bits of narrative in, like, the random item descriptions and stuff. Like Lenore there, we just had her name dropped in the description of the lightning necklace we just pulled off Dorn. That's actually a really nice touch.
Sound of lockpicking.
I mean, it does beg the question of how we would know the backstory of that one random amulet, but, you know, still.
No one's stopped me yet.
Skybreaker. +1 light hammer, which grants Searing Smite. And they shall have Celestia's light, even if we must crack wide the heavens to bring it. Sure, you are not at all overselling this +1 light hammer. Even if it does have Searing Smite. An extra 1d6 fire damage once per long rest. Not exactly the drill that pierces the heavens. But we'll take it.
Time to press ahead.
So Yrre and Lenore, that's fun. I mean, I can't imagine they're still around. Given the state of this place, I have to imagine we're just going to find various notes and books chronicling their tragic end. But, yeah, I'm very intrigued. We've got a whole wizard tower to explore, and untold riches to plunder. Man, look at this place. We've got an open window here. Easy access point, despite the front door being locked. But you know what? This feels like a good place to call it. We're trying something slightly different this month just to see if we can play better to YouTube's ever-shifting algorithms. Slightly shorter episode run times, but more frequent uploads. That said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, and we'll pick up here next time, as we try to piece together current events. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, Yrre V23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
Hasn't been touched in years.